Hello everyone, welcome to today's session of commodities. It is on Ask Us Anything on Commodities. So, today we are going to answer your queries, your doubts. We don't have any presentation with us. Okay, so we have with us Mr. Ramesh Varkhedkar, who is Business Head of Commodities at ICICI We have with us Research Analyst Anup Sahu, ICICI Commodities, and me, Product Manager of Commodities at ICICI So, we'll start with your questions and, of course, end with our answers.
Yeah.
So I'll request you all to start
Beauty,
and
before that,
put your
I
questions.
sure.
Yes, sir.
Before that, Beauty, I would like to just give a context so that till that time, maybe more people will be joining, right? Maybe 2 or 3 minutes. That may be helpful. Uh, I believe everybody should diversify their portfolio. I hope everybody agrees with me, right? Don't keep all the eggs in the same basket. And if at all look at diversification, commodities as asset class would be a great diversifier because the returns what commodities give is different from what you get for your equities or in debt market or any other markets. So looking at commodities, great diversifier tool. Yeah. And I believe as per the risk appetite of each individual, 5 to 15% of their portfolio should be there in bullion. That's what is my view. Again, it can be 5 if at all you're conservative. It can go as high as 15% if at all you are going to go about commodities. So commodities is a great diversifier. और मैं इस वेबिनार को हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में लगाना चाहता था, बात करना चाहता था. तो एक तो हो गया कमोडिटीज हम पोर्टफोलियो को डाइवर्सिफाई करने के लिए यूज करें, प्लस मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट कैसे डाइवर्सिफाई करें उस नॉलेज को हमको बढ़ाने के लिए. दिस व्हाट इज अ वेबिनार दैट वी आर डूइंग. ये प्योरली एजुकेशनल वेबिनार है जहां पे कि हम लोग आपके सभी क्वेश्चंस को आंसर करेंगे, राइट. एंड मेरा ये फर्म मानना है, राइट, learning skill is not just, it doesn't come just from reading or it just doesn't come from watching, but it comes from doing. Yeah. Entire industry, the current model is DIY. I hope everybody understands DIY, right? I request each one of you to use the chat that you have in the YouTube chat, and if at all you can type. I'm also just looking at, yeah, right. Everybody knows DIY, right? What is DIY? In case you can use the chat and just type in the chat box. I'm asking you to type just to keep you all engaged. Yeah. I can see some questions already coming up. Yeah, do it yourself. Thank you, Pinku Jainji. So basically, everybody talks about DIY. Today's industry is DIY. DIY कुछ नहीं है, but आप खुद कर सकते हो. Go look at it, struggle and do it. But we have moved one step ahead and we thought that along with DIY तो है ही है, why not DWI? And DWI is done with you. प्लेटफॉर्म हमने आपको दे दिया. और इस वेबिनार, ये आज का वेबिनार ही नहीं है. We have been doing webinars. Just mark this calendar. Every month, every Thursday, all 4 Thursdays of the month, there'll be a webinar. And timing is also fixed, which is at 4 o'clock. So एक थर्सडे के दिन हमको इंटरमीडिएट वाला सेशन करेंगे जहां पे कि हम आपको व्यू बताएंगे कमोडिटी के ऊपर क्या हो रहा है, प्राइजेस. अनूप एंड माय अदर कलीग सैफ विल बी जॉइनिंग टू टॉक अबाउट रिसर्च देयर. एंड नेक्स्ट वेबिनार विल बी आस्क अस एनीथिंग. तो जितने भी आपके डाउट्स है, जितने भी आपके क्वेश्चंस है, आप इस सेशन के अंदर उसको पूछ के क्लैरिफाई कर सकते हो. तो हम ये बता रहे हैं कि डन विथ यू. इट्स नॉट जस्ट DIY, डू इट योरसेल्फ. हम साथ में करेंगे, हम आपके साथ है. जो जो आपके क्वेश्चंस है उसको हम आंसर करना चाहते हैं so that you all can become better investors and better traders. Everybody with me? Great. And I again, just to put a context, I also wanted to tell that whenever you start anything, it's scary in the beginning till you learn it. जब पहले बार करते हो डर लगता है. Honestly, मैंने जब कार सीखा पहले बार चलाने के लिए on a busy traffic road, I was sweating. Right? It happens, right? When I was speaking for the first time, I think I would have done hundreds of webinars now. But when the first time I was doing a webinar, I was obviously, scared. So whenever you start something new, it's a little scary, but I believe it can be learned, right? Only thing is we need to decide that we have to learn this. Just think about it. When you're master of that, will you worry about that? Will you fear about it? No. So when you start driving, there's a fear. When you start public speaking, there's a fear. When you start investing also, there's a fear. We are here to handle you. We are here to tell you. We are here to guide you as best, as much as possible from our side. So, right. So once you know, once you learn, there are bad scenarios are extremely unlikely. So that's what is the advantage. So with that context, I just wanted to open up on learning about investing. That's point number one. Second thing on commodities, markets have been growing. You need to diversify, right? Futures volumes have been growing up, right? MCX platform is what is available with us. So with that context, yeah, Beauty, I think we can keep reading out the questions and try to answer as many as possible.
Sure, sir. So we'll begin with the very first question from Racha. So please keep stop loss order in commodity in ICICI Direct. I think Racha wants to say that we should keep stop loss in commodity orders. And Racha, if you're referring to research ideas which is published from ICICI Direct channel from research analyst, so there's always stop loss price given if you'll follow that. So for I click to gain, even for the research recommendation, if there's a buy recommendation, sell recommendation, you'll find stop loss there. So if you want to add anything here.
No, that's it. What I want to tell is stop loss is very, very important, right? Whenever you are trading as an individual, right, you have a view. Even all our research recommendations come with your target and stop loss. It's important to place the stop loss. I know we have a 1 or 2 minute video which is there. Enough videos have been done by ICICI Direct on stop loss. You all are online. Just look at YouTube, understand kya kare, kaise kare, and you can take it ahead from there. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so moving
Great.
on to the next question. When should future contract be squared off with respect to the expiry date?
Okay, great question. See, unlike equities, commodities are a little different markets. Why I say different? Because here there are different commodities which are there, and the expiry of all commodities is different. ऐसा नहीं है कि Nifty है, अभी तो month end में last Thursday को expire होगा, but Nifty is again a weekly contract which is allowed on NSE. So Nifty के weekly contracts भी रहेंगे, month end का contract भी रहेगा. But when it comes to commodity ना, there are different commodities which are there. Bullion में है gold and silver. राइट एनर्जी में है क्रूड नेचुरल गैस बेस मेटल्स में कॉपर लेड एल्यूमिनियम जिंक so on and so forth and हर एक commodity as India we take reference from some large exchange. For example, just want to tell I don't have a PPT but I hope you're all able to understand. COMEX के अंदर सबसे ज्यादा गोल्ड ट्रेड that is the reference. So India में भी जो अपना एक्सपायरी होता है गोल्ड और सिल्वर का it happens as per COMEX. NYMEX में crude natural gas are the contracts which are traded and we take reference from there. So all our contracts expire as per NYMEX. Base metals LME London Metal Exchange के हिसाब से अपना expiry होता है which is month end for copper, lead, aluminium, zinc, right? So हम वहां से रेट लेते हैं. तो ब्यूटी का क्वेश्चन ये था फ्यूचर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कब एक्सपायर होगा, कब तक हम रख पाएंगे. तो प्रीटी सिंपल है, आप अपना हमारा ऐप देखिए या वेब में देखिए, जो भी आपका डेट है उसके हिसाब से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्सपायर होता है. बट one thing you need to understand, except for crude oil and natural gas, all other contracts are compulsory delivery. Yeah, when I say compulsory delivery, उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपने कॉपर खरीदा तो आपको कॉपर घर ले जाना पड़ेगा 2.5 मीट्रिक टन. या कंपल्सरी डिलीवरी मतलब ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स आगे चल के डिलीवरी में जाएंगे. तो इसको हम सिंस हमारे सभी कस्टमर फिलहाल जो है दे आर ऑल रिटेल कस्टमर्स, हम लोग फिलहाल अभी डिलीवरी देते नहीं है. तो व्हाट हैपेंस इज एक्सपायरी का डेट जो भी आपका दिखता है फ्यूचर्स के लिए, राइट, कंपल्सरी डिलीवरी एक्सेप्ट फॉर क्रूड एंड नेचुरल गैस, 5 दिन पहले और लास्ट 5 डेज आर कॉल्ड एज स्टैगर्ड डिलीवरी और टेंडर डिलीवरी पीरियड. तो उससे एक दिन पहले आपके कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्सपायर हो जाएंगे. डोंट वरी टू मच अबाउट इट. वी कीप सेंडिंग लॉट ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. आपको मेल आता है, मैसेज आता है, नोटिफिकेशन आता है. जस्ट लुक एट दैट and you can take your position. So, but thumb rule I want to tell you, expiry date minus 5 days for your compulsory delivery contracts. Anything that you want to add, Beauty, you can.
No, sir, you have covered everything. So we'll jump on to the next question. It is,
Yeah.
Hi, I'm new to commodities. How should I start?
I think you should start in a small way whenever you are starting. So there are few contracts in commodities, like एक गोल्ड पेडल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है शुरू करने के लिए. अगर आपने कभी डेरिवेटिव्स में ट्रेड ही नहीं किया है, कभी आप जानते ही नहीं है कि फ्यूचर क्या है, मार्जिन क्या है, मार्क टू मार्केट क्या है, I believe that's the best way to trade. I'm not saying with the objective of making money or losing money there, but to understand. गोल्ड पेटल, आज गोल्ड का भाव चल रहा है 76,000 रुपीज पर 10 ग्राम्स के आसपास. सो 1 ग्राम गोल्ड पेटल का प्राइस हो गया 7,600. तो उसका 10% 11% का मार्जिन लगता है. तो अप्रोक्सीमेटली 800 रुपीज के साथ वन कैन स्टार्ट. राइट, द क्वेश्चन वाज हाउ आई एम न्यू टू कमोडिटीज, हाउ शुड आई स्टार्ट. My recommendation, again it's a recommendation, would be 800 rupees, start with gold petal, right? Understand mark to market, understand the margin, understand everything, then gradually you can start taking bigger contracts. This is for all those who have a small capital, who don't understand derivatives and they want to start. This is on the future side.
Okay, so our next question is, Monish Patel is asking, sir, can I buy copper since 812 resistance as per weekly report has broken out? Anup, if you can take up this question.
Hi everyone. Yeah, last week we have recommended 812 is a resistance in copper. Right now it has already moved out. It is near around 822. This is the second resistance level. But particularly if you look at copper prices in global market or in LME or COMEX, it has moved, but not that way it has moved in MCX. It is all because of it's near towards expiry. The November contract is near expiry. Earlier it used to happen like mostly market was in contango mode, but this time it has reversed. Right now it is in backwardation. You can see there is almost 10 rupees backwardation is there in MCX copper November December. It is near expiry, so I would recommend not to go for any long positions in November contract. Better look for December contract. The global fundamentals are still not in favor of metal to move higher. I would say wait a bit. And this November contract, if you want to enter, then I would say keep a stop loss of right now. If someone wants to enter at current levels, or I would suggest wait a bit, something near around 819 or 18 levels, then he can buy for like intraday move or like 2 to 3 day move. Max till it can go till 828 or 830. I think max till that date. But if you want to buy for a longer period of time, then I would suggest wait.
Okay. I just want to add, Beauty. I know all are retail investors and we are trying to keep it very basic. I'm sure अगर contango या backwardation किसी को jargon लगा होगा, right? Contango is nothing but इस महीने का भाव अगला महीने का price, right? If at all the prices are higher, they are on contango. अगर अगले महीने का price is lesser than this month's price, I'm talking about future. तो मेरे कलीग अनूप ये बताना चाहते थे कि अभी जो नवंबर का ट्रेड चल रहा है, नवंबर का भाव और दिसंबर का भाव यूजुअली हमेशा अगला महीने का भाव ज्यादा होता है, बट अभी क्या चल रहा है, अगला महीने का भाव पीछे. सो दैट्स व्हाट इज बैकवर्डेशन. कॉन्टेंगो इज आगे का भाव ज्यादा, बैकवर्डेशन इज आए के महीने का भाव पीछे. सो आई थॉट आई विल जस्ट क्लैरिफाई. एंड वन मोर थिंग, सिंस अनूप हैज स्पोकन, अनूप इज माय कलीग who takes care of research. Anup and Saif are there. Do it yourself. We leave everything to you. As I said, done with you. We are also here to handhold, help you on the research recommendations, and we keep coming out with those. Yeah, Beauty, over to you.
Thank you, sir. So next question is, what factors influence commodity prices and how can I stay updated on market trends?
Yeah, what prices influence commodity markets, right? See, there are many factors. Agar crude oil hai, or even yesterday we saw there was some geopolitical tension which was there, right? And obviously, whenever there's a geopolitical tension, investors would like to move to safe haven. Like gold is what is said to be the safe haven, right? So that's how we saw gold price moving up. Anup will give more on those numbers also, and he's been giving buy calls. He also gave few buy calls. That's what I could see. So क्या factors देखने चाहिए, right? Current scenario क्या है, interest rate regime क्या है, right? Geopolitical situation क्या है. There are a lot of inventory data which come when I'm talking about crude oil, natural gas. Inventory data क्या है? World Gold Council का data आता है कि supply और demand कितना है. Whenever the supply बहुत ज़्यादा है, then prices will go down. Whenever demand is high, prices go up. It's simple mathematics which is there. So what you need to look at, there are many factors that you need to look at, but one of the most important thing that you should look at is supply and demand. And then you can start your journey.
Okay, so our next question is on margins. How much margin is required to buy gold 1 kg on ICICI Direct? So Nilesh, see, we have a margin calculator on ICICI Direct. If you'll put your contract there and calculate that margin. So under commodities, you have smart tools, and under smart tools, you have margin calculator. You can explore that feature. It is really going to help because for gold 1 kg, it's 7.5 lakhs approx the margin required for December futures. But if you want to create any hedge positions, you want to know how margin benefit you will get, you want to buy near month contracts, sell long month, or any hedge position you want to create, you want to know if you will get any benefit of creating hedge positions. If you have any question related to margin, you can put your values there. In the margin calculator, put your contracts, expiry date, price, and just click on submit. You'll get the margin benefit, margin required, minimum margin required, everything there. So to answer it in few words, gold 1 kg will require around 7.5 lakhs of margin.
Okay. Since it's in English, I'll just tell whatever Beauty said in English. हमारे पास आप लॉगिन करने के बाद कमोडिटी के अंदर स्मार्ट टूल्स के अंदर यू है मार्जिन कैलकुलेटर, मल्टीपल लेग आप डाल सकते हो उसके अंदर, एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, दो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, मल्टीपल लेग्स आप डाल सकते हो और अपना ऑर्डर प्लेस करने से पहले आप जान सकते हो कि कितना मार्जिन लगेगा. सो उसके बाद में आप ऑर्डर प्लेस कर सकते हैं. तो या शी आंसर्ड कितना मार्जिन चाहिए वो तो उसने स्ट्रेट आंसर कर दिया, बट आई सजेस्ट एवरीबॉडी टू लुक एट द मार्जिन कैलकुलेटर बिफोर यू प्लेस द ऑर्डर, अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द मार्जिन रिक्वायरमेंट एंड देन गो अहेड.
So next we have a complaint that all research recommendations reach late to them, and they are talking about WhatsApp. So see, to answer this question, WhatsApp has its own challenges, right? Research calls will be given, then there will be someone who will trigger them through WhatsApp. WhatsApp itself will take some time, and yes, you receive the WhatsApp research recommendations a bit late. So what you can do is you can switch on the notifications for research recommendation. That is, you get within a minute. So that is on time and not delayed. So you can go to settings, open your super app, go to settings, move on to research. I click again for notifications, and then from there you can switch on the notifications for commodity options, commodity futures. So if thereon, if you'll get, there will be any research recommendations given by research analyst, you will get that update on the notification, and that too without any delay.
Yeah. Beauty ने 1 minute बहुत लंबा कहा. The moment Anup or Saif hit the call, notification it comes immediately. So my recommendation is, she also talked about super app. It's nothing but आप Google Play Store या अपना iOS के ऊपर ICICI Direct all-in-one app खोल लीजिए, उसको एक बार डाउनलोड कर लीजिए. That's an awesome app. It has got a great rating. एक बार वो आप खोल लेंगे तो उसके अंदर नोटिफिकेशंस आप सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए, तुरंत आपको कॉल्स जो भी है आना शुरू हो जाएगा. Yeah.
Okay. So Jayendra ji wants to know silver view for short term. Anup, if you can take this up.
Yes, silver in a short to medium term, we are still bullish. Yes, last week also we saw some correction, but I would say chances that it will again come towards 88,000, even 87,000. I would say 85,000 will be the major support because it is near around the 200 moving average. Overall, the basic fundamentals are still in favor of precious metals. So as long as I would say 85,000 holds, we are expecting again 96,000 towards near around 1 lakh in MCX. Overall, you can start accumulating in correction. And if you want to keep a stop, then I would suggest maintain stop below 85,000 or on a closing basis. If it close below 85,000, then you should reduce your position or exit from that. But otherwise, I would recommend you to buy on correction mode.
Okay. Anup, I also have a question to that. You talked about 96,000 or 1 lakh. I know we have seen 1 lakh in the past recently, Chandi. But I just want to understand the time frame. Stop loss ko to samajh gaye, 85,000 is what you have said, that it's a strong support, which is a 200-day DMA. But
Yes,
what is the time that I should look at?
This is the time frame I'm talking about for a month perspective only, because in January onwards, we can see some major policy changes. There are events. The US president, a new president will come. He will come with new policies, new rules and regulations. So that will impact. How will the US Federal Reserve going to change? Is they going to change his stance, or they will go with the same path, like they will reduce the rates or not? So there are many challenges. So still clarity is not there. I think December rate cut is already like people are now discounting that Fed may cut or not, because it is the probability of 25 basis point reduction has already come down. It has come down below 60% yesterday. So these are the challenges. Dollar is definitely, it is going up, strong dollar, because of the expectation of new policies from US, new government and all that. So I would suggest keep it in a for a short term period, like for 1 month. After that, we can get a more clarity. After like from January onwards, we'll get more clarity on that. For this time period, I would say 85 to 96,000 or 98,000 will be the range. Those who want to trade for a 1 month time frame.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have next question from Deepak ji. Why not call and put options when futures are available? So Deepak ji, your question is not clear.
ओके बट ऐसे लग रहा है कॉल एंड पुट वो बोल रहे हैं कि अनूप जी ने फ्यूचर का बताया, कैन ही यूज ऑप्शंस आल्सो? आई थिंक दैट कुड बी व्हाट ही वुड लाइक टू आस्क. Anup, in case you can help. So
crude in option, we have high liquidity in crude and natural gas. So mostly you can see our most out of 10 calls, like most calls given in crude and natural gas in options. Gold and silver, we are just picking up because the volumes were less. Now it has picked up. So we are also like most calls in gold and silver are futures, but we are started to move in towards option because there are particular strike rates where there are volumes. Most of the strike rates we can't see volumes, and because it's towards expiry, the volumes are picking up. Once the expiry overs, the volumes will be less. So in crude and natural, we are definitely providing calls in options, and yeah, definitely we'll look to into precious metals also.
Sure.
So Balbir ji wants to know what is the best way to invest in gold as commodities.
बलबीर जी, there are many ways that you can invest in gold. एक तो पूरा का पूरा पैसा दे के आप गोल्ड खरीद के घर पे रख सकते हो या लॉकर में रख सकते हो. पॉइंट नंबर 1, राइट. आप गोल्ड थ्रू ETF भी इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हो, विच इज इन म्यूचुअल फंड फॉर्म, जहाँ पे आपका खर्चा है बट अगेन पूरा का पूरा पैसा देना है, राइट. थर्ड ऑप्शन कुड ऑल्सो बी डेरिवेटिव्स, राइट. अगेन आई एम सेइंग दीज आर ऑल डिफरेंट ऑप्शंस. अपने अपने रिस्क एपेटाइट के हिसाब से, अपने अपने अंडरस्टैंडिंग, अपने अपने नॉलेज के हिसाब से वन शुड टेक ए कॉल, राइट. But when I talk about derivatives, which we are talking now, obviously these are all leverage products. यहाँ पे आपका पैसा कम लगेगा, जैसे कि ब्यूटी ने बताया गोल्ड के लिए 7.5 लाख का मार्जिन लगता था, which is 10%. So सिर्फ 10% लगा के आप 100% का वैल्यू वाला गोल्ड आप यहाँ पे खरीद सकते हो, even though delivery doesn't come. But आप यहाँ पे it's a leverage play. अगर पूरा पैसा लगा के करना है, one can do in the physical form, but obviously it comes with all those risks. रिस्क तो सभी जगह है. I hope you all understand, right? रिस्क एज ए सेड फिजिकल में लेंगे तो चोरी का डर है, राइट. अगर वो डेरिवेटिव में लेंगे तो इट्स अ लेवरेज, बट अगेन you should put the boundary how much this that you can take, and then accordingly you can use this platform. So multiple platforms available, physical, ETF or derivative, whichever suits you, you should go as per that.
So next question is on crude. For crude MCX, what US market should one follow? How to apply that on trading view? I think they are talking about chart. And also, can we trade on US oil? How can we do this?
Anup, in case you want to take this question.
Yeah, in crude, the MCX crude is totally linked to NYMEX only. So if you want to track in investing.com, it is available, NYMEX crude. So I would suggest better follow that, but it is delayed in investing.com. NYMEX crude, the live quotes are delayed. Here it is totally in parity with MCX. So there is, I don't think you should go for US trade in like NYMEX to trade in crude oil. You can trade in here. MCX is a better way to trade, because if you want to buy in dollars, then you have to hedge also in currency. So I would suggest better do in MCX. And if you want to track, then track only NYMEX. It is there available in investing as well as tradingview.com. If you want to know more about, then you can go through our reports, and if you want to know about inventory data and all that, you can just look at to there are economic calendar also, and EIA reports are also there. So you can go through for more studies.
ओके अगर क्वेश्चन ये था कि मैं डायरेक्ट यूएस में क्रूड ऑयल के लिए इन्वेस्ट करूं क्या, राइट? माय आंसर, जस्ट टू ऐड टू व्हाट अनूप सेड, वुड बी द लॉट साइज इज प्रेटी लार्ज देयर. 1000 बैरल्स का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है. इट्स नॉट ए रिटेलर्स कप ऑफ टी. पॉइंट नंबर 1. सेकंड थिंग, जैसे कि अनूप ने बोला, दो रिस्क आ जाता है. एक तो क्रूड ऑयल का प्राइस मूवमेंट का रिस्क प्लस डॉलर रुपी का रिस्क. बट अब जब एमसीएक्स में करोगे तो आईएनआर में कर रहे हो तो योर डॉलर आईएनआर रिस्क इज ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ दैट. आपको आईएनआर का प्राइस ही है ट्रेड करने के लिए. That's the second point. Third point is resident Indian cannot trade in leverage products outside India. There's the RBI regulation which is there. So legally we have this platform available. So better to be here in India as a resident Indian, trade on MCX.
So next question is of Pradeep Ji. He is asking for gold and silver investment, which fund has the least expense ratio? By this question, I hope he is referring to ETFs.
Yeah. अब मेरा एक रिक्वेस्ट है. This webinar is ask us anything on commodities with respect to what is traded on MCX or what is traded at ICICIdirect. And that's how will not be taking up topics on equity derivative, mutual funds, so on and so forth. So let's try to put all our questions towards commodity derivatives which are traded here. Yeah, I think you all.
Yes, and
thanks.
You can easily compare that on website. Yeah, you can compare multiple ETFs and figure it out. That is easily publicly available. Next question is, can I use shares to trade in commodities? Are there any charges for that?
Beauty, you can answer this. You have
Yes,
worked a lot.
So for to trade in commodities, yes, you can use your shares. You can pledge your shares, and within 3 clicks, you have to select your shares, pledge, and give your OTP. Post that, limit will be created. You can allocate that to commodities and start trading in commodities. Please note there is a interest charges if you are carrying forward your position. Suppose you have created a position today and you want to take it for next 2-3 days. You will be charged 0.027% per day on the SAM interest, on that interest or the amount which you have used to create your positions. And if you are doing intraday trade, suppose you have bought something in the morning, sold in the evening or within one trading day, then you won't be charged any interest on that. If you are buying options using shares as margin, you'll have to pay full amount next day because that is considered as delivery. And if you're using sell, if you're selling options, yes, you can carry forward your positions using that. One more point to be added here for mark to margin. When you buy futures, you must have heard of the term mark to market. Every day's profit and loss is settled. For that, you need cash as margin. SAM will not be, this shares as margin will not be used there. I hope I have cleared that point.
Yeah. I can see one question. What will be expectations for natural gas? Anup, last 2-3 days, it's been really volatile. Prices have been going up. In case you can give some insights on that.
Yes, last week, sir, I have mentioned that it is near the breakout. And yesterday and only we saw a clear breakout in prices. In MCX, it has moved above 260 and moved above this 5 months high. Now the major resistance for prices, it is near around this current contract. We can see something near around 300 or 305 levels. Okay, so if it breaks above 300 and 305 levels, then we can see more upside. And I would say it can go till 330 levels in the near term. But yeah, as we know, this is highly volatile commodity. I would suggest keep the stop losses whoever trades in the commodity, and immediate support will be something near around 270 to after that 260 will be a major support. And I would say book some profits near around 300 and wait for some time. And if any correction comes, then we'll take a call. Otherwise, I would say book profits and just stay away from the market. And if it closes above 303 or 305, then we'll take another call, like towards 330 levels.
Just to add, every product has got a season or a cycle, and usually winter is coming, right? And this is the time when actually the natural gas becomes very volatile, whether upside or downside. but the real action throughout the entire year happens in November, December, Jan, and a little bit in February also. So just keep a watch on that. Keep looking at our research calls, research recommendations, put those stop losses, because natural gas is really volatile, most volatile commodity. Look at those whenever you trade. Yeah.
If, sir, I would like to add something on like fundamentals, if somebody want to ask, like what happened this time, this has gone up. The weather forecast, definitely it is a weather commodity, as we know. The winters are there, demand is going to pick up and all that. Suddenly the LNG exports are demand is picking up. So that is one of the factor that prices has gone up. And these geopolitical tensions are also adding some supporting factor to prices. So next, going onwards, let's we see how the production will come up from US, how the LNG exports are picking up. So those the factors have to watch. And on weekly basis, we get the inventory numbers. Also, one has to look into that, like for the more studies and all that.
Yeah. Som Ji has been sending out message after message saying that, can you show any strategy on crude and natural gas? Somji, this is a pure educational webinar which is there, but we are giving a broad for any of those strategies, calls of buy, sell, target, stop loss. My request is please look at our research recommendations, which is I click to gain, where we keep coming out with our intraday research recommendations, also both futures and options, right? And again, these are all specific with respect to the charts that Anup looks at, right? So it's not that click, the call comes. So, and inventory data is also very important. Today is Thursday, right? Today we have natural gas inventory which comes up 9:30 in the evening. So need to look at all those things and then take your trade. So हड़बड़ी में मत कीजिए, समझिए, देखिए, डेटा को देखिए, चार्ट्स को देखिए, then take your trade. That's what is my suggestion or recommendation. I'll take another question. Karthik Reddy says, is gold trading a good alternative for SGB? Karthik ji, we discussed both are different products. SGB में पूरा पैसा लगता है. Gold trading is a leverage product, right? You require only 10% margin. So impact is different. So it all depends upon your risk appetite, which is you're asking, which is good alternative, right? I think both are different. It's not that one is alternative for other.
So there's a question like options in index where we can put stop loss, but not in commodity in ICICIdirect. So Rachaji, there is some misunderstanding. You can put stop loss in commodity derivatives orders too. For that, once you have created your position, you can go to open position, or from the face order page, you can put the square of uh, order. Post that, there's SLTP which you have to select, and which is the trigger price, then limit price, and your stop loss order is placed. So if you have still any query on this, there are some videos available on YouTube. If you'll search for them, you'll get it.
Okay. Another question from Sumeshwaran Yan. Is it the right time to enter silver? Sumeshwaran ji, Anup discussed, he talked about 200-day DMA, 8,000, 85,000, right? He also talked about the target, and 1 month, lot of data is coming. So that's what is the range that he has given. I hope that answers your question. Surendrajit Sahani is asking, is it better to buy 3-4 month advance gold, silver, future? Anup, you want to answer that? Keeping in view the premiums which are prevailing now for gold and silver in these volatile markets?
Yeah, silver, I would say almost premium of something near around 2,000, 2,500 rupees. I would better to buy in the current month. And if you want to add, then he can look for the next month contract. Similarly, gold, the premiums are something around 700, 500 or 600 rupees. Yeah, I think the premiums, yes, the premiums are also higher compared to this one, December and February, something near around 800 rupees, 1% almost. So better, I would say, for those who want to invest, then I would, if you want to invest in small lots, then gold mini or gold गिनिया जो gold petals है उसमें भी कर सकते हैं. So छोटा छोटा quantity में they can buy, and yes, अगर petals buy करना है तो then I would recommend जो आगे के futures में उसमें they can add or accumulate.
ठीक है. बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस थे. एक्चुअली आई मिस समथिंग. आई एम जस्ट गोइंग स्क्रॉलिंग डाउन. मोनीश पटेल जी का एक message hai. Anup, this is for you. Anup sir, congratulations on your natural gas view earlier. I think you covered this also. 260 level you mentioned for breakout was mind blowing. Yesterday it broke out already. Where is it next resistance and support? This Anup discussed. He was talking about 330 and all, right? Or kuch anything else that you would like to convey to Monish Patel, Anup, on natural gas?
No, sir, I would say just suggest him to just book some profits near around 300 levels. And
Achha.
yeah.
Okay. Karthik Reddy se question hai, explain the P&L, understanding and monitoring, how it works. What time is P&L status recorded? Is it EOD figure or 8:30 PM? कार्तिक जी, in case you are asking कि आपका प्लस माइनस P&L कब आएगा, तो एक तो आपका प्रॉफिट लॉस मार्क टू मार्केट जो एंड ऑफ द डे होता है, दैट इज व्हाट इज अवेलेबल टू यू, व्हिच इज एन व्हाट इज दैट, लेट मी जस्ट ओपन द ऐप. कहाँ दिखता है ब्यूटी अपने को P&L? P&L is visible in
under
P&L.
reports.
Obviously, yeah, commodity के अंदर. But in case you want to look at what is your cash projection, आपका एक cash projection करके है, तो पिछले दिन का आपका जो भी प्लस माइनस जो भी डेबिट होना है उससे पहले आपको वहां पे दिखता रहेगा वो वाला, right? And to answer that, it's at the end of the market. Also, I'd like to take this question to extend. Commodity markets are longer. They trade from 9 o'clock to 11:55 late night now, right? So 11:55 को जब मार्केट बंद हो जाएगा उसके हिसाब से P&L आएगा. जैसे आपने मेंशन किया, आप पूछ रहे थे 8:30 क्या? नहीं, 8:30 is not the time when it is calculated. It's calculated at the end of the day. Yeah, Beauty, since 8:30 has come, I'm sure बहुत लोगों के दिमाग में 8:30 कुछ रिकॉर्ड हो चुका है. Can you tell the importance of 8:30 US, how it works at ICICI? Let's take this as a
Sure, sir. So if you are talking about 8:30, तो पता है market is open till 11:55. अभी 4 नवंबर से market जो timing है वो 9 AM in the morning till 11:55 हो गया अभी. So there is a question in the for this market timings also in the chat. वो आंसर कर दिया. 9 AM to 11:55. अभी 8:30 का क्या इम्पोर्टेंस है? On expiry of options, आप ना 8:30 तक ऑप्शन ट्रेड कर सकते हो on expiry day. Not for other days. Other days तो आप 11:55 तक चल रहा है market, you can trade. But on expiry day, you can trade options till 11:55, 8:30, not 11:55. And बाकी आपका अगर 8:30 तक पोजीशन ओपन रहता है, आप स्क्वायर ऑफ नहीं करते हैं, then there is a system process जो आपकी पोजीशन स्क्वायर ऑफ कर देगा. So earlier this time was 4:30. पहले इतना नहीं था, धीरे धीरे we have changed to 8:30 now. And ये ऑप्शंस का तो है that for ऑप्शंस एक्सपायरी डे पे आप 8:30 तक ट्रेड कर सकते हैं एट ICICI डायरेक्ट. फॉर कमोडिटी फ्यूचर्स आप EOS पे, जो कि हमारा 5 डेज पहले होता है फॉर बेस मेटल्स एंड मेटल्स, क्योंकि लास्ट 5 के डेज जो ट्रेडिंग डेज होते हैं वो डिलीवरी पीरियड होता है, दे आर नॉट अलाउड टू ट्रेड. सो 5 डेज रहेगा, उस दिन आपका पोजीशन स्क्वायर ऑफ होगा फॉर फ्यूचर्स मेटल्स एंड बेस मेटल्स 8:30 PM. Market is open till 11:55, but EOS is 8:30 PM.
EOS is end of settlement.
End
so
of
just इसी को एक्सटेंड करके बताना चाहता था. इन केस आपका ओपन पोजीशन है, यू गेट एनफ रिमाइंडर्स. आपको मेल आता है, एक दिन पहले आता है, उस दिन भी आपको मेल आता है, आपको नोटिफिकेशन आएगा एक दिन पहले, आपको उस दिन भी दोपहर में 3, 3:30, 4 के आसपास नोटिफिकेशन आएगा. एनफ रिमाइंडर्स वुड बी देयर, बिकॉज ना थोड़ा सा कमोडिटी के अंदर इट्स अ लिटिल कॉम्प्लिकेटेड, बिकॉज ऑल जितने भी ऑप्शंस है, अगर आप निफ्टी या बैंक निफ्टी लेंगे तो कैश सेटल्ड है. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू कमोडिटी ना, ऑल दिस कमोडिटी ऑप्शंस आर ऑप्शंस एंड फ्यूचर्स. तो अगर आपका कोई कमोडिटी इन द मनी है और वो बच गया, तो अगला दिन वो एक्सपायरी के बाद फ्यूचर में डिवॉल्व होगा. थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड लग रहा है, राइट? तो इसके लिए हम लोग इसको सिंप्लीफाई करने के लिए ऑप्शंस को ऑप्शंस ही रख के वी वांट टू क्लोज इट. सो इट हैपेंस अराउंड 8:30 ऑन द लास्ट ट्रेडिंग डे ऑफ ऑप्शंस, राइट? पूरा का पूरा दिन है, स्पेशली ऑप्शन सेलर्स के लिए थीटा, right? Time value सबसे ज्यादा last 2 days में मिलता है, especially more on the last day. So that is what you can definitely capture at ICICI Direct platform. I can see one more question. Jio Dilse is the name, right? Sir, आपके ICICI Direct का इंटरफेस यूजर फ्रेंडली क्यों नहीं है to trade instantly in your ICICI? Sir, we have been working. I don't know आप कौन से इंटरफेस पे ट्रेड कर रहे हैं, Mr. या Miss Jio Dilse. That's the name which is there. But my recommendation is please go on Play Store or iOS and download ICICI Direct all-in-one app. The rating is awesome, and you can trade very, very seamlessly there. So that's what is my recommendation. Yeah.
So there's a question, how much capital is required to trade in gold, silver? So Arju ji, you can start from 700 to 7.5 lakhs and start trading in commodities. So why I'm saying this is the smallest contract available in gold is gold petal, which requires only 700, approximately 700 of margin to start trading in commodities. It is 1 gram of gold, and the biggest contract available for gold is gold 1 kg. So you have different you have different lot sizes available. Gold 1 gram, gold 100 gram, and gold 8 gram, and gold 1 kg. So ये gold के variants हैं. Depending on कि आपके पास कितना future है, कितना margin है, you can select your contract and start trading. Similarly, for silver, you have silver, silver micro, and silver main. इसका lot size अलग है, and accordingly जितना इसका margin requirement है, capital requirement है, वो भी वैसे ही change होता है.
Okay. I'll take another question which I can see. Surender Jeet ji ke paas se hai. And the question is, can you regularly post recommendations for long terms, which is monthly and yearly? So I can see Anup smiling on this. So we keep coming out with monthly reports. हर महीना beginning monthly report आता है उस महीने के view से. एक तो हो गया, I talked about intraday calls which keeps coming on your I click to gain, buy sell future option दोनों. उसके अलावा हर Monday शाम में our research team comes out with a weekly report for the week. Yeah, तो अगर आपका वीक का व्यू लेके ट्रेड करना है तो माय रिकमेंडेशन इज लुक एट दैट. वी आल्सो कम आउट विद मंथली रिपोर्ट बिगिनिंग ऑफ द मंथ एंड व्हाट इज द व्यू फॉर द मंथ. अगर आप you are not an intraday trader but you want to trade for a longer horizon, you can look at monthly contract. And most importantly, we also come out with a yearly report beginning of the year. In Jan first week we come out with a report. We have been coming out with reports for last 2 years, right Anup? And we are stuck our neck out and said that what is the view on this. Like beginning of the year हमने जनवरी में बोला था चांदी 1 लाख रुपए देखेंगे. Yeah, and in Chandi we saw 1,88,000 rupees as high. We said gold, our expectation is it will hit 80,000 rupees, and we saw 80,100 future price. Right? I'm not saying that all recommendations will go right, but I'm just saying these were the yearly views that has been taken. We come out with a yearly report. My request is please do look at our website. We host it on our website. Right? We also send out mail once it is launched. Have a look at the report. It's very, very comprehensive. बहुत ही बढ़िया, बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से, right? And we come out with ये होगा तो क्या होगा, ये होगा तो क्या होगा, right? So you can look at it. Personally, I have found those reports very, very useful. So look forward. We'll be coming out with that report shortly. So to answer your question, we come out with different reports. We come with a longer view also. लंबे समय के लिए भी हम report लेके आते हैं.
There's one question on brokerage. What is the brokerage?
Yeah.
So at ICICI for commodities, brokerage is only 20 rupees per order. So that is not per lot, not variable. If you are putting an order which has 20 lots or 1 lot, you will be charged 20 rupees, flat 20 rupees per order only. This is the brokerage for all the plans, even if you are on prime plan, I value plan, whichever plan you have opted for, you will be charged only 20 rupees per order for commodities.
Right. So मैं ये बताना चाहता था, भले आप प्राइम में हो या आई वैल्यू में हो, किसी भी प्लान में हो, कमोडिटीज के लिए आपको सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक ही ब्रोकरेज है, 20 rupees पर एग्जीक्यूटेड ऑर्डर. And you know, entire industry is running on that 20 rupees per order, which is like do it yourself. But हम बोल रहे हैं कि हम 20 rupees do it yourself वाला जो इंडस्ट्री चलाता है वो ब्रोकरेज चार्ज करेंगे. उसके अलावा we are DWY, done with you, right? So that's how we have Anup from research who's there to help on the research calls, which doesn't happen for a DIY 20 rupees brokerage, right? We have this webinar where we are trying to answer as many questions as possible, right? आपके जितने भी queries है उसको हम answer कर रहे हैं because we want to do it done with you, right? We want to do it with you. So that's what is the differentiator, and the brokerage is still 20 rupees per order only.
So is commodity vice versa with equity market? So this is not always the case, but yes, जब अभी अगर आप देखेंगे Nifty is going down day by day, right? And आप अगर metals को देखेंगे, they are moving अगेंस्ट निफ्टी, मतलब उसका डायरेक्शन अभी अपोजिट है. सो दैट्स नॉट ऑलवेज द केस कि इक्विटी अलग जा रही है तो उसके अपोजिट में ही मेटल्स या बेस मेटल्स आपकी कमोडिटीज मूव करेंगी. बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम जब आपका इकोनॉमी अच्छा वर्क नहीं कर रहा होता है, जब आपके मार्केट अच्छा वर्क नहीं कर रहे होते हैं, पीपल आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स सेफ हेवन. सेफ हेवन में आपका गोल्ड आता है सबसे ज्यादा. तो थोड़ा सा भी कुछ इकोनॉमिक वॉलेटिलिटी रहता है या लगता है कुछ गड़बड़ हो सकता है, पीपल मूव टुवर्ड्स सेफ हेवन. इसलिए उनका प्राइसेस जो है वो आपका जो इक्विटी का प्राइसेस है उसके अपोजिट मूव करता है, आपको दिखता है. इसीलिए उनको हेज बोलते हैं, राइट. दे हेज योर पोजीशन, दे हेज योर पोर्टफोलियो, दे आर गुड डाइवर्सिफायर.
ओके, निशिकेत कुलकर्णी जी का एक क्वेश्चन है, व्हाई मार्केट ऑर्डर्स नॉट अलाउड इन कमोडिटीज. प्लीज ट्राई इट आउट निशिकेत जी, अभी ट्राई कीजिए, देखिए कहीं दूर दूर डाल के, मतलब ऑब्वियसली मार्केट ऑर्डर तो मार्केट पे निकल जाएगा, कोई छोटा डाल के. मार्केट ऑर्डर्स आर अलाउड फॉर बोथ फ्यूचर्स एंड ऑप्शंस एट आईसीआईसीआई डायरेक्ट.
एंड देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन ऑन मॉर्निंग सेशन और इवनिंग सेशन. तो मॉर्निंग सेशन का बेसिकली क्या है, कमोडिटी मार्केट 9 AM इन द मॉर्निंग से 11:55 तक चलता है. अभी सुबह 9 से 11:55 तक चल रहा है मार्केट. अभी इसको दो सेशन में हम डिवाइड करके बोलते हैं कि 9 से 5 का जो टाइम है वो मॉर्निंग सेशन है और 5 से जो 11:55 का टाइम है वो इवनिंग सेशन है. सो देयर इज नथिंग, बीच में कोई ब्रेक नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. बट वी हैव डिसाइडेड दिस इन 2 पार्ट्स, क्योंकि कभी कभी क्या होता है एक सेशन बंद है दूसरा ओपन है. अभी 20 को महाराष्ट्र में जनरल असेंबली इलेक्शंस थे. इक्विटी मार्केट वाज क्लोज्ड, राइट. कमोडिटी मार्केट फर्स्ट सेशन ऑफ द सेकंड सेशन खुला था, मतलब 5 से 11:55 तक आपका मार्केट खुला हुआ था. दिस इज व्हाट वी मीन बाय मॉर्निंग एंड इवनिंग सेशन. प्राइस इम्पैक्ट यस थोड़ा बहुत आप देख सकते हैं, क्योंकि वॉलेटिलिटी जो है मेजरली वो सेकंड हाफ में आती है. यूएस और बाकी आपके इंटरनेशनल मार्केट्स ओपन हो रहे होते हैं, तो उसकी वजह से वॉलेटिलिटी आपको दिखेगी कमोडिटी मार्केट में जो आपका सेकंड सेशन होता है उसमें.
There is one question, 5 trading days before expiry date क्या है, explain करना. So yeah, let me take an example. Silver mini contract, let's say, or let me take gold petal का 30th of November is the expiry. Let me just open my calendar quickly. So 30th of November is Saturday, so it's not a working day. So इस महीने का last working day है 29, which is Friday. So last 5 days, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 are the 5 days for delivery. राचा जी यहाँ तक क्लियर हो गया आपको? सो ये 5 दिन डिलीवरी के लिए होता है, स्टैगर्ड डिलीवरी पीरियड. तो अगर 29 को अगर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्सपायर हो रहा है, लास्ट 5 डेज अगर डिलीवरी के लिए है, उससे पहला दिन विच इज 22 कल इसका एंड ऑफ सेटलमेंट हो जाएगा. गोल्ड पेटल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फॉर द मंथ ऑफ नवंबर, एक्सपायरी डेट 29, आईसेक के अंदर 22 को कल शाम में अराउंड 8:30 को क्लोज किया जाएगा. अगर आपका ओपन पोजीशन है तो आपको आज सुबह मेल आया होगा, एक नोटिफिकेशन आया होगा, कल भी आएगा, और या कल रात में 8:30 बजे कट जाएगा. दैट इज व्हाट इज एंड ऑफ सेटलमेंट. आई होप आई एक्सप्लेन्ड यू व्हाट आर द 5 ट्रेडिंग डेज बिफोर एक्सपायरी डेट. आई थिंक इट्स क्लियर.
So there is a one question where we can find these reports weekly, monthly, yearly. तो अगर आप वेबसाइट से लॉगिन करेंगे तो जो कमोडिटी का होम पेज है, वंस यू क्लिक ऑन कमोडिटीज, आपको जो फ्रंट पेज ही ओपन हो जाएगा. लेफ्ट साइड पे आपको सारी लिंक्स मिल जाएंगी, वीकली, मॉर्निंग रिपोर्ट्स, इवनिंग रिपोर्ट्स, वीकली रिपोर्ट्स, आपको लिंक्स वहां मिल जाएंगी. आपने लॉगिन नहीं भी किया है, नॉन लॉगिन पेज में आप कमोडिटीज पे जाएंगे, प्रोडक्ट्स पे जाएंगे, वहां से आपको रिपोर्ट्स मिल जाएंगी. इफ यू आर एक्सेसिंग थ्रू आपका जो ICICIdirect ऐप है, ऑल इन वन ऐप है, तो वहां पे आप कमोडिटीज टैब में जाएंगे, स्क्रॉल करेंगे नीचे, आपको वहां पे रिपोर्ट्स मिल जाएंगी. आई होप आई एम क्लियर ऑन दिस. एंड देयर इज अनदर क्वेश्चन, Anup ji, if you would like to take it. For equity we use Bollinger Band etc. So ये टेक्निकल्स की बात होगी. Is there any method for commodities trend analysis too?
आई वुड से कमोडिटी मार्केट देखा जाए तो इक्विटी और कमोडिटी टेक्निकल अगर आप देखेंगे तो इट इज ऑलमोस्ट स्टडीज आर सेम. सो आप इसमें भी स्टडीज यूज कर सकते हो, सेम बॉलिंजर बैंड यूज कर सकते हो, मूविंग एवरेज यूज कर सकते हो, जो भी है ऑसिलेटर्स यूज कर सकते हो. ओके, सो बट एक चीज है, मोस्ट ऑफ द मार्केट्स देखा जाए तो कमोडिटीज रेंज, everybody knows that रेंज में मार्केट रहता है, दैट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू ट्रेड. जब ट्रेंडी रहता है मार्केट, देन आपको दूसरा टूल यूज करना पड़ेगा. जब मार्केट साइडवेज रहेगा तो आप बॉलिंजर बैंड यूज करके कर सकते हो. तो सेम वे हियर आप यूज कर सकते हो कमोडिटीज में भी. ओके, बट व्हेन इट इज इन टर्म्स ऑफ ट्रेंडी मार्केट, जस्ट लाइक नेचुरल गैस, तो उसमें आपका बॉलिंजर बैंड काम नहीं करेगा. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी क्लियर ऑन दिस, बिकॉज कमोडिटीज ऐसा रहता है, कभी कभी साइडवेज तो रहता है, बट जब once it will be a trendy market, so it will go one way only. So you have to be very specific with your studies and your stop losses also. It's better to book some losses at some point of time and take a reverse position also.
Right. I know the time is now 4:52 and we started our webinar dot at 4:01. So we have been in this webinar for 51 minutes. There have been a lot of great questions which have come up. I know चलाते जाएंगे तो ये चलता रहेगा, but we thought that every week we'll dedicate 1 hour for you all, right? And do it with you all. So March 21st, we had this webinar, Ask Us Anything on Commodities. So my request is again, एक हफ्ता छोड़ के अगला सैटरडे, अगला थर्सडे, which is 5th of December, we'll be doing again Ask Us Anything on Commodities. So I understand 1 घंटे के अंदर सब क्वेश्चन आप पूछ नहीं पाओगे, और जैसे आज जितना आपने समझा है, आप अगला हफ्ता 2 हफ्ता के अंदर आप ट्रेड करोगे, अंडरस्टैंड करोगे, और भी क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. तो प्लीज मार्क योर कैलेंडर, 5th of December 4 PM, come back. We are all here. Our experts will be there and we'll try to answer as many questions or what all doubts that you have again on 5th of December. Hope it's useful and it's clear to all. So please mark your calendar. Again, I had said in the beginning that every Thursday we are going to do a webinar. So next week also there will be a webinar which will be more on a intermediary kind of traders or investors, right? We'll talk about markets, view. Again, my colleague Anup would be there, and he'll be talking more specifically on what is to be expected on base metals, bullion, energy for upcoming week. I hope this will be useful. We are trying to do our best to educate you all as much as possible so that you all can become better investors, better traders. And this is what is the calendar that we have set up. And we are telling you in advance so that you can also have these questions ready. Mark your calendar and hop on to these discussions on every Thursday, 4 PM in the evening. Yeah. Beauty, or coach important, anything that we have missed, 1 or 2 questions you can take, and then I think we can conclude the webinar.
Sure, sir. There's some confusion, I guess. Kalpavresh is asking for commodity only options in ICICI, no buys. Is it so? So Kalpavresh, I'm not very sure what you are asking, but it looks like there's some confusion regarding options, whether you can buy and sell, and futures. So at ICICI Direct, you can buy, sell futures or options, all contracts and derivatives. ऐसा कुछ लिमिटेशन नहीं है कि ऑप्शंस आप बाय नहीं कर सकते, सेल नहीं कर सकते, या फ्यूचर बाय सेल नहीं कर सकते. आई होप दैट इज क्लियर.
Okay, Kalpesh ji, please do try out. You have any question, if at all you encounter any other challenge, please come back to us in next Ask Us Anything on Commodities, 5th of December.
So is it better to trade in commodity futures or options with respect to risk factor? There's a question from Trading Tech.
You want to answer, Anup?
Yeah, I would say future and options both are hedging tools or risk management tools. So options, definitely there is already a particularly, if you will say going long in an option is already a predefined loss, that this is the amount of premium that you are going to pay, that is the maximum loss that you have to pay. So you have a very fixed. But futures, yeah, definitely you this is like going one way, or like your losses will be unlimited kind of thing. So options are better to trade, and volumes are getting really getting increased, participation are also increased. But whatever you trade, I would say options, there is one thing you have to know how to trade in options, because options there is a expiry, and you know that the theta will be play a major role in this. So I think you better understand these options to trade. You know delta, theta, these are the few basic things you have to understand. And first of all, you have to get your view clear, like what will be the direction you want to play. And if you want to play in combination of future and options, both things, then that will, you can combine a strategy and you can construct your ideas and your strategies. You can both of this, but I would say options are better. You can trade with less margins also. So that is one of the benefits of option.
Okay.
Sir, you can add anything on this?
No, it's all about the risk appetite that you have, your understanding. Most
Yes.
important is your understanding. right? I don't know how many people understood theta when Anu talked about it.
Yes.
So you need to understand theta, you need to understand delta, gamma, vega, all those things. What is the volatility, so on and so forth. So it requires more of understanding, and then you need to do that. I can see some questions, multiple questions. Oak Santoshji is asking delivery in bullion. There's a question mark. Kalpavruksha is asking delivery in commodity. Currently, deliveries for retail is not allowed at ISEC for retail because we are working on that. So that's the next product or project that we would like to come up with. And I believe if everything goes fine, we'll start it off very soon. So that's what I could answer you now in today's session of Ask Us Anything on Commodities. Yeah. Can we roll over the future? सुरेंद्रजीत जी, हाँ बिल्कुल रोल ओवर कर सकते हैं. आपने नवंबर का बाई किया है, फॉर एग्जांपल गोल्ड पेटल, कल एक्सपायरी है, मतलब आई मीन टू से उसका यूएस हो जाएगा. आपने खरीदा है तो आज बेच दीजिए और अपना दिसंबर का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट खरीद लीजिए, फिर दिसंबर में वही फिर बेच दीजिए और आप अगला महीने का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर लीजिए. गोल्ड बड़े के अंदर तो साल के 6 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स है, चांदी बड़े के अंदर साल के 5 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है. So you can keep rolling it over this way. Whatever position you have, take the counter position and then hop on to the next month with the same leg or same strategy of buy or sell.
So there was a similar question in the chat box. If futures and options जो commodities के हैं, they will expire, and how can one trade longer terms? मतलब ये bullions में अगर trade करना है तो similar ऐसे रोल ओवर करके आप कर सकते हैं.
कर सकते हैं. मैं तो फार्मर डेटेड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के अंदर लिक्विडिटी है तो 3 महीना 4 महीने आगे का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ले लीजिए. जैसा कि मैंने बताया, गोल्ड का बड़ा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट 2 महीने का है, तो ये महीना नहीं अगला वाला कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ले लीजिए. सो विच विल कवर फॉर 4 months. I know it's 4:58 now. We are almost an hour into the webinar. We enjoyed answering you. We tried our best to answer what all is possible. But let's keep refining this, right? We also learn a lot whenever you ask these questions. It helps us to make the product or our offerings better to you. आप सबको हम और बढ़िया product लेके आ सकते हैं. So keep joining us every week, every Thursday, 4 p.m. Please mark it on your calendar. And I'm sure we keep doing it for many sessions. We all will become better. You as better investor trader. Yeah.
So there was a question on option chain also. I think we should take it up before wrapping up. So option chain, if you are looking for on website under smart tools, you can find option chain. If you are on super app, all-in-one icicidirect app, so there also you can find option chain under commodity segment. If you are looking into the watch list, so there also you can select any of the contract for which you are looking for the option chain. You enter the contract name and you will get the option chain in the watch list. So you have it in the watch list, you have on the smart tools, on the website, and on our app also.
Okay, great. Thank you so very much for joining us, taking off time on a Thursday evening, 4 o'clock, spending an hour with us. Appreciate that. Our idea was to add value to you, even though if at all we have done a small addition, value addition to what you knew about commodity. I think this 1 hour is meaningful. Yeah. Thanks, Anup, for joining us. As always, taking out time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks, Beauty, for overall conducting this, organizing this. Thank you so very much. Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.